Long story short, my poor arcade dartboard,
Yep.
30-year-old dartboard, bit the dust.
The old English Mark 70 special.
Yeah, maybe later on I might try to repair it, but
Probably not.
probably not. It's probably not worth it. But you know,
We're gonna
things
miss
happen.
that humming sound though. That
Yeah.
we had to keep stopping these videos to go
just-
hit the machine.
you just keep talking, and I'll handle that part for this video.
I don't want to talk while you're doing that. That's calming. It's not calming anymore. It's like a fish tank gone awry. So anyway, let's get into it.
This is the WillDarts. These are a soft tip electronic dartboard. So the cool thing with this is it's a very simple wall mount, basically 2 metal pieces, and then it just sits up on top of it. It has, depending on the models you get, it's the Mini1 model. So sadly my glass broke in shipping, but they did send me a new piece of glass within a day of me contacting support. So their support is awesome, I will say that. But depending which model you get, you have different games on here built in. This one has high score, your typical 0-1 game where you count down to 0, first person. It goes up to 4 human players, and then you can also add AI players. So you can choose the handicap level, but you can choose a robot to play against you, which a robot's not going to throw darts. The robot actually shows up on the screen. It shows which spots they hit. I'm terrible at darts, so robot level 1 is good enough for me. The cool thing is, as well, it has a VGA out. So this is an old computer monitor I had. I just wall mounted it.
It's dart proof.
It's dart proof. It actually used to be a drawing monitor, so it's got a plastic cover on it.
Actually, it looks really awesome on there.
Yeah, so I'm not really concerned about it getting hit or anything, but it duplicates it, gives you a nice big screen. And the other cool thing on this board, obviously I'm cheating poorly, but if you hit the side, that registered as a missed dart. Like, it knows that you missed the board. Well, missed the board reasonably.
I was gonna say,
like, if you decide
I'm pretty good at missing the board entirely.
So it shows his actual round total, what you hit on each one, and then it's got these fun, I like to call them the bowling alley animations. Which, without cheating, I barely ever see those. But they're really cool.
Every now and then you got to activate it.
So it shows the score of both players. You got your previous round. You can go back and go to previous dart. You can erase scores in case it didn't detect the bounce out right. But overall, I mean, it's a solid metal frame. My box came in absolutely obliterated from shipping. The top was ripped off, and it's just a little cracked piece of glass, and they sent me a brand new one. They just sent them a picture, and that was it within 24 hours. So, but that is...
And these are pretty standard darts. There was nothing proprietary about the darts.
No, these are just soft. These aren't even the darts that came with it. I had some other soft tip darts from my previous board, and as long as you find the right tip size, which it did come with a bunch of extra tips, I mean, you're good to go. It has a little menu button that you can go in and change the amount of rounds a game can play. On the side, it knocks you into a special menu. and it's just a power switch. Some of the fancier versions you actually can get network and online play.
Nice.
No clue how it actually works, but it's there. So once again, this is the WillDarts
Wonder if you can play someone else's AI.
Mini1.
That'd be terrible. You think you're just terrible. No, you're just playing my AI.
This is my upgrade compared to
The
my
70s
my 70s arcade
bar darts.
that sadly kicked the bucket.
It is pretty cool. Nice menu, but the big kicker for me is that TV thing. That was a nice touch that you can actually do that. And there we go.
Opinions?
Opinions.
What do you think of the WillDarts Mini1 dartboard?
The Mini1.
The Mini1.
What a great name. These great names coming out from China. Yeah, I was trying to remember where you bought it.
I actually ordered that one off Amazon
Okay.
for cheaper than you could their own website, which was odd, but you know, whatever.
We'll go into let's do cons first.
Cons. For me, after playing it several times, I wish the other models have it, but this one doesn't. I wish it had a light shining on the actual board, because
Like backlit or in front of
front lit, just so you can. I mean, it's not super hard to see the darts, but it's just
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
really
you can-
it's dark.
it? You can see here. I'm just moving again my bulbous head.
Yeah, it's dark, where even my 30-year-old English Marks dartboard had a light
Yeah,
in the top that
I
would.
get that.
So that's really my first con.
I would say more attention to shipping. While the support may have been good, which you indicated in the video, obviously, especially if it's coming from that far away, let's work on the packing.
I
Yeah,
will say though, the packaging itself was pretty solid.
but when there's glass involved,
I think it might have just been thrown lots of times, but
I mean, what
yeah, they're
package
good.
distribution company throws packages. Who does that?
Yeah,
All of them.
yeah. Woo. So
Anyway,
Yeah,
I mean, there are ways to do it, though. You know, just especially
Yeah.
with glass, wrap it up, or don't use glass. I mean, don't you think the heavy plastic would
yeah,
work?
they could have probably had plexi in there just as
Yeah.
easy.
So, you know, there's that.
My other con is, I didn't find out until later, different models have different games. So
Yeah.
like, it seems like it's a software only thing. I actually questioned them over email, and I was like, hey, my screen's broken. How much is it to get upgraded software, or even the screen that has better software in it? Because it's got to be just a little computer in there.
Yeah.
And the response was,
Who are you?
it's not possible. Because some of the fancier ones had like tic-tac-toe, which I don't know how you play with darts, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
And then another game it had was like, it looked like Risk. On that screen, it showed like a random landmass, and then it looked like whatever number you hit, you would take over that territory.
Ooh, well, that would be fun.
It looked awesome, and then when I plugged it in, the fun
To my dismay.
yeah, the fun
I
and
didn't have
games,
Risk.
the fun and games
Yeah.
were not fun.
He had chutes and ladders on
fun
his.
and games. So that was
that makes sense.
that was disappointing, and the next model up is additional $500. So
Oh,
for two games I don't know how they play, and
yeah.
that to me that was a little bit of a rude awakening after I plugged it in when
Yeah.
the instruction manual showed me these cool games.
Man,
Yeah,
think of all the desktop fidgets you could get for the price of one of those games.
that like 4.
I didn't have any more cons than that. I think it's pretty cool machine so
All
far.
right. Pros.
Pros. I love the digital out screen.
Yeah.
I understand, that that screen on the bottom is not does not come with it, but just being an option, I mean, it just adds so much to it. You can see it from here, and a lot easier to see that screen from 10, 20 feet away on what's happening in the game than it is the little tiny screen.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it was literally just plug in a cable.
Yeah.
There's no buttons or anything to hit. You just plug in a VGA cable and it's done.
So even though it doesn't come with it, the ability to do it is pretty awesome.
I love the bowling animations. You know, the bowling alley, you hit a strike or something, you get the little cheesy animation.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same.
Yeah, that makes you feel good
Yeah.
about your day, your accomplishments in life.
I mean, I might see it once every 20 games.
Yeah.
But when I do,
I only see it when he gets it, those 20 games.
when I do, it doesn't matter what happens. The rest of the game, I won.
Yeah.
They're cool. It's just cool to see when you're playing darts to have this crazy animation show up on the board. And you're like, oh, look at that.
It'd be kind of cool if it took your picture like the Mario Kart arcade.
Yeah, here's the champion. Also, I guess the pro is it does have a lot of different games.
It does.
It has a lot of different standard
Good
games of
variety,
darts.
keeps it going.
If I wouldn't have seen in the manual the cool extra games, then I would have zero complaints on the games. And 4-player and the support of an AI. So if you don't have any friends to play with, you get to play the robot. To me, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that on the English marks board.
No. And the fact that they didn't do anything funny with the darts. It takes the normal soft tip darts, so you can still have your own darts in play that you like. It is a rugged machine. It's very responsive too. Like when I've played some where you get it. First of all, some of them don't even let you get it in the little holes very easily. They just bounce off every time. This one, it hits on there. It recognizes it, and like you showed even in the video, when you miss the board, that's kind of a neat feature too. That it was well thought out and executed. It makes it a lot of fun for you and an AI person, or you and some friends.
Yeah, and to add on to that, like the English marks board, for instance, between scoring sections, there's a technical name for whatever this is. I don't know it. It has a very thick, probably up to a 1/4-inch barrier between scoring sections. And yeah, it was slanted, but you would hit it and get a lot of bounce outs from it. This one is a much, much smaller divider between the scoring sections, really. So the bounce outs from that are few and far between. Their main site shows all the different models. There's WillDarts. They have standalone. They have coin operated. Gamut of options there.
Gamuts are good, and clicky things.
Clicky things. I didn't check if the buttons are clicky, and I don't remember. Sorry.
I'll check it after the video.
The big question: unpack, reboot.
Unpack it. It's a cool. If you're into darts, I mean, obviously, you're gonna have the hardcore players probably say, I need the darts to stick to the wall and put holes in my wall, stuff like that. I get it. But for the casual fan, bonus room, your whiskey bar, your own little secret bar in your house.
It's wish list.
Your whiskey distillery. It's a great time, So, and like you said, all the game options on there may just improve it that much, because I don't know that much about darts either. So it's like, let's try that game. Okay.
And you don't have to do any math. It does it all for you.
Yeah, even better. I used to bring my calculator to the bar.
I have to say, unpack it as well. Hopefully, for anyone else watching this that gets one, doesn't unpack it with shards of glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so be careful if you do get it.
Yeah.
Unpack it slowly.
Yeah, so, the next week or two, they actually sent me a video to change out the sheet of glass in the front. Enjoy. Throw some darts.
Maybe he'll make a video on changing the glass.
Maybe.
There's one to look forward to.
Yeah, that'd be exciting. see if I cut my finger open.
Yeah, we already know I burned mine.
Yeah. So, like, subscribe,
and we'll
enjoy.
see you next time.
Pew, pew.